Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to our apostles / elders, which are GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing trust and sincerity. I wanted to go over this lesson. It's called Esau slavery, biblical slavery versus Esau slavery. And you know what I'm saying, as you know, their slavery is totally different from our slavery, according to the Bible. And the reason I wanted to bring this up because when generic Christians, wacky tacky Christians, or anybody else hear or mention slavery, they automatically consider the slavery that we went through, you know, and not the biblical sense of slavery, because majority of these niggas that talk about it or come up against it don't read the Bible and see what the Bible says about slavery. So we're going to do that today. I want to start off and get Leviticus, see here, Leviticus 25. We're going to start at 1, you know what I'm saying? Really, I'm going to start at 39. We're going to go to 1, but I want to start at 39 real quick, just to get a point across, okay? And Leviticus 39 says, "And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant. And so as sojourner he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee." So for 1, right, it says thy brother. So let's play semantics to a point. You know, Esau says that he is our brother, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? So really, in that actuality, you know, he's supposed to basically, we're not supposed to be serving as a slave. We're supposed to be serving as a servant under contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got contractors, you know, that person's technically a slave, you know what I'm saying, because they signed a contract with you. You know, like security companies, if a third party, a second party security company signs with a bank, they sign a contract for 3 years and they work for them. So they're technically a bondservant. They're not a slave, because you don't treat them the same, you know what I'm saying? All right. So we're going to read on. It says, "But as an hired servant," Salakia 41, it says, "And then shall he depart from thee, both as he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, unto the possessions of his fathers, he shall return." So somebody in that case, yeah, I don't know what happened, man. It just booted me clean out. But like I was saying, Rachel signed a contract. Israel signed a contract for Rachel and Leah. You know what I'm saying? And you if you read, you'll see how that situation goes. He served for 7 years. You know what I'm saying, for each situation. You know what I'm saying? And basically, and he left, even though the father didn't want him to leave, because when Israel was with him, he was very, very fruitful, but it was through the Spirit of the Lord, which he didn't understand. All right, so we're going to continue reading here. All right, verse 42 says, "For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt," because we're Israelites. So we're not to be serving slavery the same as heathens. To be frank about it. All right. It says, verse 43 said, "Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy power." And the word rigor, the definition is basically harshness, severity, and cruelty. And that's the exact way Esau ruled over Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's like strike number 3 so far. But you're not supposed to be chastised. They weren't supposed to be chastising us the way they did during slavery. All right. It says, "Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession." So let's say now on that note, you know, now Esau has if you want to play that role, which this is the reality, where we are not brothers to Esau. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody comes from Adam, so you can play that semantic. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, we're not brothers to Esau, even though we were twin brothers in that time, but we were two nations. So uh, us being those two nations, we're not looking for my charger. We're not the same. We're not the same people. You see what I'm saying? So us being two nations at this point, we're not brothers and sisters. So we're technically to them, to us, we're a heathen, and to us, to them, they're a heathen. You know what I'm saying? But we're the holy people. You know what I'm saying? For one, so you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, or doing what they have done. But this is all through prophecy, because he said he sold us to the nations, not because for our destruction, but because we moved him to wrath, because we wouldn't serve him. So really, us being in the situation we're in today is because we left the way for law, statutes, commandments, and the of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, that is the conclusion of it. That is the reason. And what to escape this thing of slavery, we have to go back into the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and not do it our own way. Okay. Um, Verse 45 says, moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them ye buy, and of them of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possessions. And ye shall take them in as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever, but over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. All right, and if a sojourner or stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. So this is another strike, because if you say we're African, and America was made rich off of us, why, if the Africans were so righteous and they are brothers, why didn't they buy us back? You know what I'm saying? Because biblically they're supposed to have a right to redeem us, which means to buy back. All right, which shows you that the pieces of shit that they are. They're not our brothers. We're not kin to them. We're more closer related to Esau, the so-called white man, than we are to Africans. And you can't be all carnal and just go off of skin color, okay? It just goes in and saying, if he is this and he is that. So I want to go into Leviticus chapter 1, chapter 25, verse 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, now for one, these laws this is an example. These laws were written to us. We're not meant to serve any other nations, man, but sometimes we'll fall into that account. That's why it says that if an Israelite become a slave to basically another nation, and they become rich off Israelite, then another Israelite shall redeem them and buy them out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Either way it go, Israelite not supposed to serve slavery, but if it so happened to happen, then this is the rules and guidelines that you follow. All right. It says, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath according to the Lord. 6 years shalt thou sow thy seed, and 6 years shalt thou prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard, which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest. Thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vineyard of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. You know what I'm saying? And that's so Esau is over these lands. He don't give this land every 6 years. He's supposed to work the land, and on the 7th he's supposed to get that land rest. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to go to another spot. So say that you got 5 acres of farmland on over to the west. You're supposed to work that for 6 years, and on the 7th year you're supposed to leave that land alone and go to another spot and let that land just grow how it grows, man. and that's why the earth is reacting how it is, because Esau don't follow the laws of the land, man. All right. All right. It says, and for the cattle and the beasts, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, in the space of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 40 and 9 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpets of it says, then shalt thou cause the trumpets of the Jubilee to be sound. And Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shabrakatah. You know what I'm saying? It says, then shalt thou cause the trumpets of Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. Now on Esau's part, basically every 50 years. Every 50 years you're supposed to basically release everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you own that's considered a slave. So once you apply that to Esau and his slavery, we've been under slavery for 400 years, man. 400 plus. You know what I'm saying? So after 50 years, you're supposed to let slaves go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got, whatever they came in with, they're supposed to leave with. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever that slave, if they married and he had children under that slave, then like the scriptures say, they're supposed to keep. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they made with that slave. So if that slave come in by itself, he's supposed to leave by itself. You know what I'm saying? So if he come with him, then you know what I'm saying, then that whatever that slave created in that situation, that's not for him. That's for the master. Now if the slave come in with a family, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to leave with his family. You're not supposed to be separating like they was doing, selling the man over here and the man in Mississippi and the wife in Alabama. And separating the kids and things like that. You're not supposed. That's how they came in, and that's how they're supposed to leave. You're supposed to keep them together. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna go into the and it goes on. Let's see here. It just goes into the year of Jubilee. I just want to move because there's a lot of reading to it. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna get to the hot points, the hot topics. You know what I'm saying? And this all comes from Jake just not reading, because they get a problem with slavery and ain't nothing wrong with it, man. It's rules and regulations. Just like with the so-called rape doctrine, it's just rules and regulations on how to handle things. You know, niggas is trying to create their own way on how to deal with life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know shit. You don't know what the fuck you doing. You barely not stop a common cold, man. All right? Deuteronomy the 15th chapter, the 12th verse, it says, and if thy brother, an Hebrew man or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. So now what if you enslave your own brother? You know what I'm saying? But you really not supposed to enslave them. They're supposed to, sign a contract basically. That contract's supposed to be of 6 years. On the 7th year, you let them go. All right? And when thou sendest him out free from them, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock and out of thy floor and out of thy winepress, and that therewith the Lord thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him, and thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy power redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee I command thee this thing today. And it shall be, if they say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee, and thine house, because he is well with thee, then thou shalt take an awl, which is basically a hoop earring, and thrust it through his ear unto the door. And he shall be thy servant forever, and also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do the likewise. So basically, if you got a slave, Israelite has an Israelite slave, then he has a 6-year contract with him. Now, if that person says, you know what I'm saying, I'm not tripping, are you cool? Shit, I'd rather stay under you, I'll work for you for the rest of my life. Then you put a hoop earring. So that's where the hoop earrings come from. You know what I'm saying? In the left ear, or what? I believe it's the left ear. And it was just one ear, you know what I'm saying? Compared to nowadays, they put earrings in both ears. That's why men have earrings in one ear, and that would symbolize that you're a slave. You like your master. So you know what I'm saying. When Michael Jordan had that hoop earring, he basically was saying he basically like being a slave in America, man. You know. All right. Verse 17, then thou shalt take in all, Salakia, verse 18, and it shall not seem hard unto thee when thou sendest him away free from thee, for he have been worth a double hired servant to thee in serving thee 6 years, and the Lord thy power shall bless thee in all that thou doest. You know, and this, like I said, this story, this commandment reminds me of the laws that the Lord had gave us. You know what I'm saying? That He told Israel to do when He got Rachel and Leah, man. That's what it reminds me of. You know what I'm saying? He served that contract, and then he turned around and served it again because of guile, and then he turned around and served it again, and then he left with all that stuff, all those riches, and guess what he was able to do? He was able to start his own thing. Now Esau's slavery, you don't start with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're working to survive. You know what I'm saying? In modern slavery, you're working to survive. You know, Salakia Akim, I gotta get my charger for my shit cut off, man. The woman like to clean up too fucking much, man. A little too much for me. I don't know what my fucking charger is, man. But you know, I'm gonna just press on before it dies on me because I want to get this next point, and you know, we'll close out from there. You know what I'm saying? See here, going to Exodus 21st chapter, and verse 16. This is a quick one, and then we're gonna go into another hot point. And this is a really good one right here. Exodus 21:16, it says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So the whole nation of Esau in America, they stole a whole nation of people, man. Benjamin, Judah, and Levi in particular. You know what I'm saying? And the Taino Indians and all the rest of the people, man. And they've been found. You know, what they say, oh, we're supposed to put that behind us. That was in the past, things of that nature. No, that is not true. You know what I'm saying? Esau is supposed to be put to death for his crimes, man. The world court's supposed to try them for the whole enslavement of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But it's somehow overseen and underlooked, okay? Let's go to verse 1. Same chapter, same book, same chapter. Now these are the judgments which thou hast set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, it tells you about the 6 years, right? If he come, and if the servant and in the servant, he shall go out free from thee for nothing. And if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. So if Esau bought us, or if he has us, we shall come in. If whoever we came in with, we shall leave with. You're not supposed to separate us. You're not supposed to take and divide our children because you got a way of trying to use control. And God we trust, right? You swearing on the Bible, right? You know what I'm saying? That's Esau for you. They use ways to manipulate, just like the book of Eli. I need this book for control. I need it to control the people. That's what they use the Bible for. That's why Jake is confused on why he should serve the Most High, not because he feels slavery was used, the Bible was used as slavery to control us, and they think it's the same now. But Esau didn't use it right. The Bible said the law is good if a man uses it lawfully, man. All right? Esau didn't use the Bible lawfully. All right? Okay, it says, verse 4, I'm going to go to verse 4. It says, if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and her daughters shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges, and he shall also bring him to the door, and unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, so that's the main point I wanted right there is, you know, Esau, if Jake want to stay with Esau, then the same thing applies, man. All right. So let's go to verse 20 here. All right. Got to speed it up a little bit, so I don't want to cut off on me, man. This is another one I wanted. Verse 20 says, if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. You know what I'm saying? He shall be surely punished. Esau doing all that hanging, and even in his modern time, he's shooting Jake, because Jake, we all slaves because we got birth certificates and we signed a contract. You know what I'm saying? We're all slaves. So when you smite a man to death for a reason that wasn't death worthy, you know what I'm saying? If you don't commit adultery or do something biblically that's considered a death note, not what Esau considers worthy of death, but what the Bible considers worthy of death, and you kill that man, then you shall be punished. Esau's supposed to be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. So Esau beat the hell out of you through the police system and you survive, then, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they don't justify it, say it's right. You know what I'm saying? But if Esau beat Jake till he died for no apparent reason, which happens on a regular, you know what I'm saying, then that person should be punished, not given a paid leave. You know what I'm saying? He shall be punished righteously, man. You know, equally. He should get his ass beat or beat to death, you know. Something around that party, you know what I'm saying? But now let's go to hanging and all that, you know. So the way Esau carried his slavery is nowhere near how the Bible tells you how to carry slavery. So that's why Jake is like, you know, not understanding with it. All right. So verse 21, verse 26, it says, and if a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. You know, you want to chop a Jake foot off when they run away or whatever, you're supposed to let them go, man. What's the point? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? What's the point that you're fucking people up to the point that they're no good, or you're doing all that, and you're supposed to be an owner, a master. Esau don't know how to rule, man. It says, and if he smite out his maidservant's tooth, and his maidservant's tooth, or his maidservant's tooth, and if he smite out his manservant's tooth or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. So you chopping off feet, arms, other things, other members of men's bodies and things like that. You're supposed to let them go free after that, man. You know, but Esau used that as tools of manipulation and control, not as tools of following the Bible. But in that time, they were real strict on it. Not real strict, no, they were real heavy on using the Bible as a tool of saying that they could have slaves, man. You know what I'm saying? But the brother put Salakia, see here, he put up a Bible verse. I couldn't catch it on time. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Salakia, I can get this real quick. Put up Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. It says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. That is absolutely right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's balance. That's what the Bible's meant to do. But in this modern time, people don't want that, don't want to go through the dryness of judgment. They want it their way. You know what I'm saying? Esau don't want to have to repay everything. He wants to just start over and say, don't worry about everything. Let's start from here. He don't want to go through all that hardship and dryness. Okay, I got to read this. I got to learn this. I got to do it this way. I got to come up slow, you know what I'm saying, and do things. No, that's not in the spirit. Now, nor is it in our own people's spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? To sit there and say that you got to be a virgin and all this and that, and you got to raise your daughter up a certain way and things like that. This society doesn't want to go through the trials and the straits of the Bible in order to get peace on earth. They just want to start where they at and keep everything that they got and say, okay, well, let's start from here. No, man. In order to have peace on earth, you gotta follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible, man, wholeheartedly. It's not how you want it to be done. It's how the Lord set it up to be done. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the rules that's and regulations that's supposed to be followed. The Lord said, my words are an oracle. You know what I'm saying? And the oracle is the word of the Most High. Basically, what the Most High is telling you to do. All right. So I'm gonna get that real quick. Salaki Akin, let me put this up in here. Because through the Spirit I found my charger, man. It's sitting right in front of me, man. It's crazy. Let's see here. This is one of my favorite Bible verses, man. Of course, brothers be having like numerous amounts of favorite Bible verses, but that's how it go. That's how it go, man. All right. Going to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33. Matter of fact, through the Spirit, we got to read the whole thing. It says 33 and 1, it says, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again will he deliver him. All right. A wise man hateth not the law, but he that is an hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. So you waver back and forth. What a ship in a storm does, it just go where the water make it moves. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth, it get tossed to and fro. So one day you're a Christian, especially like women, they're Christian when it comes to getting grace and love and this and that. But when it comes to being under your man and things like that, then they're not on point, and then they're back and forth. Same as Esau. You're on point that everybody should love each other and come together and do this and do that. But when it comes to the Most High, through a law saying that you should be punished for the things that you've done, or that you're not of the nation of Israel, so you can't receive salvation, now you ain't with it. All right. So it says, verse 3, a man of understanding trusteth in the law. Trusted in the law. That's a deep quote in itself. To trust in the law, to know that this is right, because sometimes breaking the law may seem logical. You know what I'm saying? It may seem logical to break the law. You know what I'm saying? But you have to trust in the law to know that it's right, man. Like it says, if somebody steal from you, basically somebody try to take your life or try to steal from you, and you're not around, then you're not supposed to go after them, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you catch them in the act, then you got the right to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So some people say I gotta chase this motherfucker down because I don't think they're gonna give me the justice that I deserve, type of thing. You know? But you have to trust in the law. Okay? Just like Levi and Simeon and Levi, man, they ain't trusting the law when their sister got raped, man. You know, and you see what happened to them. They got punished for it. You know. See here, verse 3. It says, "A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle." An oracle is basically a word of coming from God. So people always talking about God told me this and God told me that. You know how the Most High, how about Shemi tells you to do things and tells you, and how he talks to you? He talks to you mainly through the verses of the Bible, man. It's very seldom that he'll talk to you any other way. He'll talk to you in dreams. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord ain't going to sit here and the Lord told me to leave this dude and go and get with this guy. You know what I'm saying? No, because first of all, the law says you under that man's rulership long as he liveth, until he lets you go. So the Lord ain't never tell you to leave this guy because you ain't like how he rocked and he was a bum according to your standards, or he wasn't the man that you thought he was, and so you were displeased and you moved in with Ricky down the street because he makes 25,000 more than what Bobby made. You know what I'm saying? Or Bobby wouldn't. The scientist that you wanted a hood nigga or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get my point. You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't tell you to go over and do that and just hop up and leave a nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't tell you to sit here and deal with this woman, because, you know, the Lord will send you somebody, man. The Lord will send you somebody. The Lord will put you in a position. But if it's not according to the scriptures, that ain't the Lord telling you to do that. That's Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? Because just like the Lord said he'll come visit you in dreams, Satan will come too. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4 said, "Prepare what to say, and thou shalt be heard. Bind up instruction, and then make answer. Like EJ and all these other Christians that come up and talk that shit and complain about slavery, but they never read up on the laws of slavery. They never inquired. Now we're having discussions and trying to find out the solution to a matter. Then you go through the right ways. You study what a person say in sincerity. You know what I'm saying? Not in being vindictive and trying to get your lick back. You know what I'm saying? So really, that's all I wanted to get for now. You know, Lord willing, I'm able to do another lesson in a few. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a couple of them since it's fucking demon day. Lord Yahweh Shimi Ashai willing, Ratazah, Yahweh Shimi Ashai Ratazah, that continue in this this series of lessons. You know, before I close out, let me get this what the brother posted real quick, and he says Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous man are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's what we're doing. You know, they talk about we need to come together in love and bless everybody and look outside, man. You know, like I was me and the brothers joke, I be on social media and you hear the motherfucker playing a little fucking acoustic guitar and shit, and he got, you know, 18 motherfuckers making a human chain to pull a dog out the water and shit, or you got a motherfucker paying and giving a bum some food, or doing some extra amazing humanitarian shit. But then you look outside, the majority of these motherfuckers are assholes, man. You know what I'm saying? That little human chain shit, ain't no human chains coming to pay my fucking bills when I'm uptight or nothing like that. I don't get none of that. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody else. This ain't about me. It's just about what the world does, man. Same motherfuckers will run you off the road. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to let you over. When they see you, have to get over and all kind of shit. That's more fluent than the fucking 1 or 2 videos that you got to find. Like, you got a cop giving a man pizza and playing basketball. You got the same cop. There's thousands of police officers on planet Earth. You know? So when the righteous rule, people rejoice. But then when the wicked rule, people mourn. People are mourning all over this fucking place, man. This place is hell, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a curse that's put upon Negro, Latinos, and Americans, Native Americans to serve. If this is a curse, how can this be something enjoyable? You know what I'm saying? It's simple. So with that being said, we're going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to our apostles / elders, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there that teach and endure truth, sincerity. Shalom.